everyone. I bet a lot of you are thinking about fresh starts with the new year coming up, especially if you're planning to move.
Yeah, absolutely. A new place, new possibilities. It's exciting.
It is exciting, but let's be real. Moving can be super stressful too.
Yeah.
So much to think about. What if there was a simple way to make it all feel calmer, more peaceful?
That's interesting. You're talking about the connection between our surroundings and how we feel.
Exactly. Today we're diving deep into how a clean and organized home, especially when you're moving, can really help with stress. And to guide us, we've got an expert who's seen it all, a pro from the world of carpet cleaning.
You got it. Might sound surprising, but after years in the carpet cleaning business, I've seen how a truly clean space can totally change things. It's not just about looks, it's about creating a sanctuary.
Oh, I love that. Home is a sanctuary. But come on, where do you even start with that? Especially when moving is already so hectic.
You're right, it can be overwhelming. That's why I always suggest two things. Deep cleaning first, then organizing. And this is super important when you're moving into a new place, especially during winter when we're all spending more time inside. It's like hitting reset before you even unpack.
Okay, deep cleaning first. That sounds intense. What exactly does that involve?
Think of it as getting rid of those hidden burdens like dirt, dust mites, allergens, even those weird smells from whoever lived there before. It's like they weigh you down even if you don't realize it. Deep cleaning wipes the slate clean.
So it's like cleansing the energy of the place. Tell me more. Where should we begin?
Floors and carpets are the biggest culprits. They're like giant filters trapping all sorts of stuff. Think about it, years of people walking, spills, pet hair, all that. Getting them professionally clean can be a game changer, especially if you're moving into a place that's not brand new.
That makes total sense. But what if you can't get a professional cleaning right away? Any DIY tips?
Oh, for sure. Thorough vacuuming with a HEPA filter vacuum is key. Focus on the high traffic areas, the spots that get the most use. And for stubborn stains, skip the harsh chemicals, especially if you have kids or pets. White vinegar and warm water can work wonders.
Vinegar and water, the classic combo. What else should we tackle during this deep clean?
Kitchens and bathrooms are next. Degreasing surfaces, getting rid of that grime around the stove, and giving those appliances a good scrub in the bathroom. It's all about those spots we often forget: grout lines, faucets, shower heads. They're germ magnets, so a deep clean there is super important.
I'm getting why this deep clean is so crucial. What about things we might be missing, spots that don't immediately come to mind?
Absolutely. Walls, windows, even ceilings often get neglected. Dust builds up everywhere, especially in winter when windows are closed. Dusting ceiling fans, wiping down windowsills, washing marks off the walls. These little things make a big difference in making it feel fresh and clean.
Okay, so deep cleaning is done. We're exhausted, but feeling good, right? Now bring on the organizing. Where do we start with that?
You've conquered the deep clean. Now it's time to conquer the clutter. Remember, less is more. Decluttering is the first step. Get rid of anything you don't use or love. Donate it, recycle it, toss it, whatever works. If it doesn't have a purpose, it's time to say goodbye.
I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. Letting go can be hard. Any advice for those of us who struggle with that?
I get it. We get attached to things even if they're just taking up space. Try the 1-year rule. If you haven't used it in that time, it's probably time to let it go. Start small, one room, one drawer. Don't try to do it all at once.
That 1-year rule, I'm gonna have to try that.
Hey.
Okay, so we've decluttered and we're feeling lighter already. Now what? How do we organize all the stuff we've decided to keep?
This is the fun part. Now you get to create a system that works for you. Start by grouping similar things together. Kitchen stuff, bathroom stuff, winter clothes, you name it. It makes things so much easier to find, and it just feels more organized.
So no more digging through random boxes and drawers. I like the sound of that. Any tips on how to actually store things once they're grouped?
Clear bins are a lifesaver. You can see what's inside without having to open everything. And don't underestimate the power of labels. Labeling those bins will save you so much time and hassle later on.
Labels for the win. But how do we actually keep this organization going? It's easy to slip back into old habits,
It is, but you can build new habits to replace those old ones. Just spend like 10 minutes every day tidying up and putting things back where they belong.
Yeah.
Like a mini reset for your space and your mind. And don't let those little messes pile up. A little daily maintenance goes a long way to stop the clutter from taking over again.
10 minutes a day. I can definitely do that. I'm already feeling less stressed just thinking about it.
It's amazing how much of an impact a clean and organized space can have on us. It's not just about how it looks, it's about creating a space that really supports us mentally and emotionally.
I was always a little skeptical about that whole clutter affects your mental state thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, just thinking about getting rid of stuff and getting organized, it does make me feel lighter, more in control.
It's incredibly powerful. Our brains react to our surroundings. When our environment is chaotic, our thoughts kind of get that way too. It's like having a million tabs open in your brain, constant distractions, and you never feel quite finished.
So cleaning and organizing our space is kind of like decluttering our minds too. That's so cool.
Exactly. When you make your space more calm and organized visually, you're giving your brain a break. It can finally relax, focus, recharge.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's like when your computer gets bogged down with too many files and you got to clean it up so it runs smoothly. And when our space is clean and organized, it feels like a sense of calm and control, especially when you're moving to a new place or it's winter and we're spending more time at home.
You got it. It tells your brain that everything's in order, you're on top of things. And that can really boost your mood, your productivity, your overall well-being.
So it's not just about aesthetics. It's about setting up an environment that helps us mentally and emotionally. And that's something we can actually control.
Exactly. You have the power to create spaces that take care of you, that feel like a real escape from all the craziness of everyday life.
Speaking of creating a sanctuary, I know a lot of people see the new year as a time for new beginnings, especially those moving into a new home. It's often when we think about our goals, personal and professional. Do you see a connection between having a clean and organized space and actually achieving those goals?
Absolutely. When you get rid of the clutter, you create mental space for clarity and focus. It's like clearing the path for your dreams. You're less likely to get distracted and more likely to feel energized and motivated to go after those goals.
So a clean and organized space isn't just about aesthetics. It's about setting ourselves up for success in every part of our lives.
Exactly. It's about creating an environment that reflects what's important to you and what you want to achieve, an environment that supports your growth and well-being.
This conversation is making me realize that cleaning and organizing isn't just about chores. It's like self-care.
It totally is. It's about putting your mental and emotional well-being first by creating a space that brings you peace, joy, a sense of accomplishment. That's something to celebrate.
I love that. We usually think of self-care as bubble baths and face masks, but making a peaceful, organized environment is such a powerful way to take care of yourself.
It really is. It's about respecting yourself and your space by creating an environment that brings out your best self.
Okay, so we've covered the practical steps of deep cleaning and organizing, and we've talked about the amazing mental and emotional benefits. But I'm curious, are there any downsides to being too organized, too clean? Is there such thing as too much of a good thing?
That's a great question, and it's definitely possible to take it too far. If you're stressing over every little speck of dust or spending hours perfectly arranging your sock drawer, it might be time to take a step back.
So how do you find that balance between being organized and not letting it run your life?
Be mindful of why you're doing it. Ask yourself, why am I cleaning and organizing? Is it to make a peaceful and functional space? Or is it because you're anxious or feel like it has to be perfect? If it's the second one, it might be helpful to look into those feelings.
So be honest with yourself about why you're doing it and make sure cleaning and organizing doesn't become another source of stress.
Exactly. The goal is to create a space that helps you, not one that adds to your worries.
And if you're struggling to find that balance, it's always a good idea to talk to a professional like a therapist or a professional organizer. They can help you figure things out.
Absolutely. There are amazing resources out there to help you create a healthy relationship with your space.
This has been so insightful. I'm learning so much. And I love how you've changed the way I think about cleaning and organizing. It's like a way to take care of myself, a way to create a sanctuary, especially when we're moving or it's winter and our homes are our havens.
It's been great sharing these ideas with you. Remember, creating a stress-free home is a journey, not a destination.
And it's a journey worth taking. As we wrap up this deep dive, I keep thinking about everyone getting ready to move into a new home, especially as we get closer to the new year.
Yeah, it really is a time full of possibilities, like a fresh start, brand new chapter.
Exactly. And what better way to start that chapter than by making a space that truly reflects who you are and how you want to feel?
It's like setting the stage for the life you want to create.
I love that. And it doesn't have to be a huge, overwhelming makeover. It can be small, simple things like cleaning out one drawer, organizing your entryway, making a cozy spot to read where you can relax and recharge.
Yeah, those small steps can make such a difference, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff that comes with moving.
Totally. And it's important to remember that creating a stress-free home isn't a one-time thing. It's about making choices every day to create a space that supports your well-being.
You said it. It's a journey, not a destination. and it's definitely a journey worth taking.
You know, it's funny. I used to see cleaning and organizing as just chores, something to check off the list. But this conversation has really changed how I see it.
Oh, really? How so?
I'm starting to see it as self-care, as a way to create a sanctuary, especially in the winter when our homes are like our safe havens. It's about making a space that feels good for my soul, not just one that looks good for other people.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. It's about creating a space that shows your values, what you want in life, and your own unique style.
And it's about being kind to yourself during the process. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress.
Absolutely. Celebrate those small wins, don't worry about being perfect, and enjoy the journey of making a space that truly shows who you are.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I'm leaving with a whole new perspective on cleaning and organizing, and I feel inspired to create a more peaceful home for myself, especially with the new year coming up.
I'm so glad. Remember, you have the power to create a space that supports your dreams, your well-being, and your own vision for how you want to live.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into stress-free living through clean and organized spaces. I hope you found it as helpful and inspiring as I did. Remember, start small, be kind to yourself, and enjoy making a home that truly feels like a sanctuary. Happy cleaning and organizing, everyone.